Hey, have you ever wondered what it is like to be a doctor? Or how to be a doctor? Or you always wondered, are doctors even human? Well, welcome to Medics Talking. Here you see how natural and human we doctors are. 3 of us will be talking on this podcast. Rukaya Ibrahim, Opelo Eshola, and Aisha Tunisa. We will be the hosts of Medics Talking. Come and join us in our journey of being a doctor. Welcome to Medics Talking.
Welcome to Medics Talking. We're here today again. This is a brand new episode. I am Ibrahim Rukaya. With me here today is Opelua Ishola and Aishat Yunusaf. So today we'll be talking about preclinicals. Alright, so I'll be asking questions and my co-host will help me in the way. So the first question I have here today is how was it like knowing you have made it to 200 level preclinicals? I'll go first.
Okay.
So when I got to when the list came out for the people that were in 200 level, especially those that were being, I think, posted to the hostel. So I think all 200 levels in our year, we were posted to the hostel. So I went to the hostel to see the list that made it to 200 level. It was so super cool that my name was on it because I thought I had an issue, but everything was quite fine. So it felt surreal because I was like, 100 level was so scary. I'm making it to 200 level. I was like, yes, I finally made it over to the other side. And I was so excited about being, 200 level. Like, this is the beginning of the whole med school stuff. But then it became, I was living in I was always feeling like, is this me? Like, how did I make it here? Is this even possible? And I spent too much time thinking about that than actually, I don't know. I was still reading my book, but there was something weird about 200 level that it felt so surreal for me. So, Aisha, how was your 200 level?
What was it? Okay. I wasn't really okay. I don't even know. I can't remember how I felt. But the 200 level, I guess it was just one thing that was scary. One exam I did, and I already saw the results. That feeling that I was just choosing many aside I like. So that gets scared because I thought, and they were giving us so many rules that 100 level. We also have an F till today. We also have 2Ds. We have not had E till today. I still don't know. I don't understand how they made that. I couldn't get it, but I was like, oh God, don't let me have any F. So that physics was scary for me. So when I got to know that I was not really feeling, like I was feeling numb. There was no feeling. I just felt that, okay, 200 level is there. I didn't know what to expect because I never knew anybody in med school. I don't know their courses, so I don't even know what I was facing. So I was like, okay, so they said we are course to 200 level. So 200 level here we come and let's see what's going on in 200 level. That was the feeling. Nothing.
Wow. So that's something. Okay, how about you?
Well, for me, I'm not sure I had anxiety, right?
Okay.
I think my first semester result was fine. Okay, yeah, maybe a little anxiety about, but that was just, I think about that same physics Aisha was talking about. But I knew that was probably the only problem. I didn't expect to get an F, but I knew that it was not going to be good. Like, I didn't think it was going to be good. Maybe I still ended up with it. Maybe I actually ended up with it. I don't know. but like I felt, oh, it is just that one. I didn't think I would do as badly as maybe getting an F in it. No,
Okay.
I don't know. It was the only, but I didn't have. I think I was just excited that I had to go back to school or something. I don't know if there was anything special.
Was it the physics practical, the second semester physics practical you guys are talking about?
Yes. Not. Is it the practical? Me, I think it was the 132 or something. There was something weird about it.
What I remember is that it was a practical exam.
Because that was the same issue I had.
Where is that exam?
Practical exam that
What
I had.
do you mean practical exam? Oh, okay. Me, I think it was the major one I was talking about.
Okay, I was scared of the major one. So yeah, like that physics practical exam was quite weird. It was the only issue I had in first semester. So second semester, in fact, I was actually scared of all those big major physics courses, the 2 credits, 2 units and 3 units courses. However, it was that one unique physics practical course that I actually had an issue with. It was very weird. Like it makes me read the prospectus a lot of times. Like I ended up reading the prospectus like forever. In fact, me and my daddy, we sat down reading that prospectus like almost. So when my name came out, I was like, oh shit, thank God.
Remember prospectus. I think the only time I read that prospectus, do you remember that 500 level clinical posting commit that they will say because there's a part in that prospectus that you have to read for maternal and child health or something.
Oh, okay, like curriculum.
That was the time I remember that thing.
They make us buy it. I don't think any other level bought it after we did.
I don't understand how the everything works in medical field. I just usually check whether I passed or not, because the way they will be saying something is 2%, something is 3%, block 1 is something, block 2 is
no, forget that. 200 level blocks were so complicated.
And now they will say comprehensive clinical is 2% of your marks, clinical is 30% of. I just
it's easy to get those ones now. Now. That is all you wanted to see, right?
That was all I wanted to see.
Okay. Alright, so I don't know, I have some questions here. Okay, so the next question I have is Preclinicals is basically 200 level and 300 level, second and third year of med school. So what are your fond memories of Preclinicals? Should I go first?
Mine will be very quick.
Okay,
so I don't think I had any fun memories. I just wanted to go. I can't think of any at the moment. Like, I think I was basically just trying to get out of it as fast as possible. I don't think I have fun memories.
Okay, whatever you say. Alright, Aisha, do you want to go next?
My fun memories, that would be my friend. Anytime with my friends. I love being in medicine because of my friends, not because of them. I know I will have a fun time, I will go from it. I don't know. They usually say that wherever I am, like, it's fun. I don't talk much, but it's fun where I am. So, like, I relate very well with my friends. So, I like that moment of being with my friends. It's usually cool and fun. For medicine, no fun time for medicine. That's just my fun time medicine. That will be with my friends.
Okay, for me, my fun time, the fun memories I remember about Preclinicals, basically, okay, I enjoyed going to watch movies in my friends' rooms since I was living on the hostel, so those were fun memories. I discovered K-drama. And then the other one is, I can't forget Kobe's. Kobe's was an experience out of this world, especially preclinical Kobe's. That is community-based experience and service, going into the communities for 3 weeks and, living in the wild. Those were really cool experiences for me. I can't forget preclinical Kobe's.
Okay. Now that you people have spoken, maybe it could be more fun. Maybe when I had to come to you guys, maybe it was fun too. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that was one part of my life that I was. Most of you were. I'm not sure I enjoyed myself. That's.
Actually, I understand. Like, I enjoyed the extracurricular activities, or like Kobe's is more like an extra, you actually go into the communities to do stuff. But like the academic side was not that pretty, actually. Okay. So, what was it like? I think we all had at least 1 year or 2 years staying in the hostel in Preclinicals, which is different from 100 level hostel. So, what was it like living with your roommates in Preclinicals?
Best hostel experience was 100 level. 100 level was, I don't know, I didn't even like to stay in my room. Can I remember all my rooms? I think I had two. One room, the other one was my classmate, and the senior was always bragging about people who failed and now she passed, or all that kind of TV stories that one said. Then my classmate she had other friends, and then for some reason, like, I don't know, I feel people should get her, like, how we be roommates, you see questions, you even talk to me about, like, when class, but
Aisha, how about you?
My roommates were cool. When I was in 200 level, I had roommates that were all my seniors. They were nice. They were carrying me along as sisters, and I had fun with them. I became very close with one of them. The other two, I wasn't really close with them, but they were not bad.
Okay.
And when they're having their moments, I enjoy when they are fighting.
Yeah, that's me. Bad girl.
I will see them whatever they have, and when their friends come visiting, they will be gisting. Now I will love the gist, And I think 300 level, I started staying with my friends. But hostel in medical school is kind of boring. We are discussing not as fun as 100 level. We are with people that are all your faculty, so you don't have different things to discuss. I remember when I was 100 level, like so many faculties. This one will come, we just about. But here, the one room, everybody knows what is happening in the school. You are talking about, you even know one another. You see about it. But it's not as fun as 100 level session.
Yeah. There's at 200 level, the whole Preclinicals, in fact, the whole net school, the fact that we are all from the same college, it made it so freaking boring. But for me, 200 level, my first 200 level, I was living with my friends. It was quite interesting. And then I love the fact that our room was like a focal point. All my other friends also came into the room, so we kind of always had more than we always had extra friends around every single time, which was not bad. And then I can't forget some of the fights that took place, which is so freaking hilarious. I don't want to mention names. And I don't know. Nobody fought.
They are usually at longer ends. They were all.
Montreal.
The two Monsuros, I don't know. See, their character, is like similar. So both of them they will fight over something.
And I can't forget the day Rukaya decided to also talk. Oh God, I was just looking at the two of them that day, and I was just looking at you guys. You guys are just making the room so hilarious. I swear.
All these
Over what?
guys, I don't. You guys fight about so many
Weird
things.
stuff. Weird stuff. Very unserious stuff.
I was like, in that room, all of us live in the room practically. There are four people.
We have to talk about it. Who are who fought?
You and the other Monsuro in our room.
Fight, but you
Talk about what? I don't fight with Montoro. If she's saying something that doesn't make sense, why? Like,
some of them will find
telling her.
sense in whatever the other person is saying.
The both of them, it was very hard to actually make any sense out of the problem.
It was
And it's actually like do you even know what? I usually avoided coming to your room some of the time because there was no point.
Like, do you know the issue with Mansour was she did not understand because we were friends already from 100 level. She was like the new person in our midst. She didn't understand why these people were always in her room. So that was one thing.
Monsura, I wish you be part of this. Seems like you remember nonsense he did.
I said, right? So the other thing was my 300 level though, I stayed with new, like I didn't stay with my friends in code. So like if I wanted to visit you guys, I had to go visit you guys. But my roommates, my second 200 level was so cool. I had a senior, I think 2 years senior, or was it 1 year? I don't remember. So I kind of lived with her. She was kind of cool. And then I had nursing students as my roommates. Oh my God, those nursing students were dope. It was a bit different from living with just medical students all the time. And then there was this thing with nursing students. They had a way, they had their own clique. And I had fun staying with them. They were well knit and it was so cool. Like I ended up knowing everybody that was in the class of my roommates. Like every single body. Though of course they were not much in their class, but it was fun. Then my 300 level, it was one of the it was I don't understand. 300 level I was depressed. Totally depressed. My roommate was I think a 2 years, my bunkmate was a 2 years senior. She had some weird rules that were quite tight a bit for me, but I got used to it eventually. Then I had a 1 year senior, she was cool, and then I had one other classmate. But that year, it was not a memorable year at all. So yeah, that was how Preclinicals was. So, how was a Preclinical like? How was it like attending lectures in Preclinicals? You guys are becoming old. You cannot remember.
I can't actually remember.
Okay, let me go first. Maybe I'll remind you guys. Okay.
It was boring. The lectures, especially practical lectures, anatomy ones, they will leave you with cadaver.
Wait.
And then we started watching them.
Like, don't let us mention this because you don't know where this podcast is going. According to that lecture, I don't like.
I didn't like a lot of them. So,
Oh my God, you guys are.
This is what I thought of this college. I still remember the name. I did not just want to mention it.
we are just
No age.
The little bit.
text it on WhatsApp.
Can you imagine? Look at these girls.
His name.
Oh my God.
There's in his name.
Oh
You guys are not serious. Anyway,
Lectures was boring for me because I didn't like those lectures. They were new realms for me. I didn't like them. Sometimes I sleep in class.
anyway, okay, for me,
Aisha, the legendary sleeper.
she doesn't have time. Any boring thing like this, go and sleep, my guy.
It's only my friends that knows when I'm sleeping, that know when I'm sleeping. Others don't know when. I think I keep my eyes actually open when I'm sleeping. I don't know.
Hey, now you have big eyes.
Because only one lecture that was sleeping. Man, people not
I'm sorry, Aisha's sleep is very funny. And I still don't like to be the one to wake you up like when you were sleeping normally and be like, please wake me up at this time. That was something I never liked to do.
Oh my god. Well, for me, basically, I remember the lectures, especially for 200 level, when we first enter, we'll be taking lectures with anatomy students, like, the class will now be so filled up, and then it was just unbelievable.
Still.
Yes, like, the first, especially, I think, CBDIBS, oh my god, no, that first 2 or 4 weeks, it's always jam-packed. The class will be so filled up. And it's not easy, it's not easy. And then, for me, I didn't actually have issues much with the lectures like that, at least at the beginning. And then, when it comes to physiology, I kind of...
That is always good. You always like them, even if the most boring out of them. For you to be it's very cool.
Wait. There's a different feel for each of the courses. You guys should remember very well. We have anatomy. Anatomy is so boring. We have physiology. Physiology is a little more interesting. Then we have biochemistry. Biochemistry was cool to me. For 200 level. Cool. It's not cool.
Yeah, I didn't know how I came to medical school because medical school is so boring.
Oh, come on.
I told you what I enjoyed in medical school. Being with my friends.
Being with us. Okay. No. Anyway, Sha. So, lectures are great. Oh, and you guys are forgetting to talk about 300 level. One of the most boring courses ever is neuroanatomy. You guys don't talk. Neuro.
I like it. I actually like it.
You love neuro. I love physiology. Neurophysiology.
Papa wanted to be a neurosurgeon, so if you like neurosurgery,
I like neurosurgery.
Do you remember that neuro then went to neuro head and neck?
In fact, maybe if there was anything I enjoyed in the anatomy, was probably maybe the drainage of the CSS. Apart from that, I'm not interested in anything again. Okay, that was it with attending lectures and stuff. Okay, I wanted to ask, what was it like the first time you came in contact with a cadaver?
I remember Dad called my mom that, we're going to be nurse, blah, 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 blah. I kept thinking, okay, how would I be able to sleep? I'm serious.
Wow, okay.
Like, there was so much drama, going on with me. I actually really didn't speak up. But I remember telling my mom and all, then I had to call my family friend that I call my aunt now.
Okay.
Like, that should be doctor. And she was like, no, you won't have a problem doing that. No big issue. So now it's going to be fine, and then I'm always like, it's not dead bodies we are talking about. I couldn't even see my grandma when she died. I stood by the door. I wouldn't go into the room, and I slept in my parents' room for 6 months after she died, and I stood by the door to view her body.
Wow.
So I knew that there was going to be problems. So I went. I think after that day, the first time, and then I realized, they actually look like loaded bodies or something.
Okay.
That's what I tried to tell myself while I was there. Trouble started when I actually got back to the hostel, and then I realized that I like to use the toilet if no one was there or stay in my room.
Seriously.
Stay in my room without anyone inside. Oh, it was very torture. I'm serious.
Wow. Crazy. Aisha, how about you?
It was just the first time entering cadaver lab that I just, how will I say it? Just a bit anxious. That was all for me.
Just
And
say
that
what?
I felt a bit anxious when
Okay.
the first time I entered the lab, and that was all. I don't have any idea. I did not know about anything. I did not.
For me, it was okay. Like I knew that okay, we are going to like have this cadaver and stuff. Of course, I might have been a bit anxious, and I remember then the anatomy students got exposed to the cadavers earlier than we did. I think we got exposed after CBDIBS or so. Anyway, the day that I had my first cadaver session, the formalin was inside my nose. Everything, all my senses was taken over by the formaldehyde. Everything. As in, even it was psychological formaldehyde. Like after, how the distance between the anatomy lab and the hostel, till I reached the hostel, I was still smelling formaldehyde. It did not leave me alone. So I remember that day, I think I cooked jollof rice and smoked fish. Smoked fish was smelling formaldehyde. That day was not cool at all. Then after that, I think I started getting used to it, but it wasn't easy. So that is it with the cadavers. Not cool. Okay, so I want to go to the harder parts now. Okay. So I feel like during this podcast, we're trying to share our experience and kind of help others navigate their way through medicine, basically. So I know that okay, I think I should go first. So for me, my first year in Preclinicals, 200 level. So I ended up repeating 200 level. So for me, it was a bit not cool, especially the fact that all my friends moved on to 300 level and I was left behind in 200 level. It wasn't easy at all. So there were a lot of things that kind of occurred during this time. One of the things was, it was initially kind of hard to like interact with my friends. I felt was I still kind of accepted in their group? Am I supposed to be with them? How am I supposed to handle my new class? Like now there are all these people that are new, just coming from 100 level. Like who are now my real friends? Like, am I to make friends with these new people, or am I to keep my ties with my friends that I made from 100 level to 200 level? It was very hard. And then I remember I wasn't alone. There was one other person that repeated with me, and we were talking one day, and she was saying something like that when she sees, like when we are walking on the way and we kind of meet someone who didn't repeat, like she used to feel anxious to greet them. She wasn't sure what their reaction was going to be like, so things kind of became awkward sometimes. But for me, for my good friends like you guys, it was quite different. It was easy for me to go to your room because I think the fact that we had a long relationship from 100 to 200 level, it was easy for me to just keep the relationship going and all. But for some other people, it was awkward interacting with them at all. It was quite awkward interacting with them. I didn't know what they think, and it's always you always thinking like, oh, what will these people think about me? Now that I'm kind of a repeater and all that. And I remember Professor Agaja was telling me something during that year. He was like, your new class are your classmates. They are the ones you're going to graduate with. So try to accept it and make new friends. But it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy like that. So, well, that is, I repeated 200 level. My second 200 level was, I think, a blessing in disguise for me, because I was able to boost my my pre-MD, especially for first professional exams. I was able to rectify a lot of things. A lot of things happened that helped me to, make it in that 200 level. I sought help, which is one thing nobody should ever forget, seeking help. I sought help, and I had my old friends with me who I was like, who were also a great help to me, and it was great. And then discussion groups really helped too. But it wasn't easy at all. It wasn't easy, because also knowing that though I am repeating, a lot of people ended up withdrawing from med school. It was so scary, it was so anxious, and everything was just, a lot of emotions were just into it. And then one other thing I realized, this I can't forget, was my first 200 level. The fact that we lost one of our classmates was a feeling I cannot understand, especially the fact that we got the news just about a week or during our final 200 level exam. Was just, I don't know if it contributed to the fact that I ended up repeating, I don't know, but those were indeed tough times. So, I don't know if you guys want to talk about the cool part of repeating in Preclinicals.
Maybe Aisha wants to go. I don't know if I want to.
Okay, Aisha.
I can't really remember the kind of person I am. It's that the moment that thing is happening that I really feel the impact, but I guess I just cope well with it. I always feel like, and I don't know. I always felt that even when people don't talk, when my friends don't talk to me, I talk to them. Like, I wanted to be part of that. I don't know. I wasn't interested in making new friends. I wanted to continue with my friends, so I continued with my friends. The class I repeated to, I don't think I have many friends there. I just continue being friends with my friends. So, I because all I say is, it didn't define so many things in my life, but it just got me to see things in different light. Like, people that have always passed all their life in primary school, secondary school, have always been one of the best. So, that was like an eye-opening thing for me. Like, okay, so cool. So there's something that can happen. Life goes on.
You got a point there. Okay, I have a question about this. So basically for you, Aisha, now, I think the repeating and stuff, it didn't kind of affect your self-esteem or self-confidence.
Maybe initially, maybe at that point that it was happening. Maybe at that point it was happening. But it's something I don't feel ashamed of yet. Even up to now, I confidently tell people that I repeated because I have accepted that it's part of my life and part of what was happening, and if I let that define me, it continuously gives my self-esteem and pride, and medical school cannot define me.
You got that, definitely can't. So for me, I think especially repeating 200 level, it kind of put a blow into my self-esteem. Though it wasn't as if it put a blow to my self-esteem and self-confidence. I started doubting myself more. Like, can I do this? Like, it now became a question of, can I do this? Which was something I never had before I entered the university. I was a person who was a go-getter, but with med school, I was like, can I do this? Can I do this all the time? Always forgetting myself. Anyway, we are fine now. Out of med school, life is way better. Like, med school is like the worst thing that can happen to you. Well, I think so. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Opa wants to talk about this. Or do you have anything to say?
Why are you calling your friend?
I don't know who that is. Okay, so all right. Let me just see. What else do I want to ask? Okay. Oh yes. So Preclinicals. Do you guys remember the tutorials and discussions we had in Preclinicals? What was your experience in that?
I'm not a discussion person. I don't like discussion, and people come to discussion to about whatever they've read and tell you.
I swear, explain the whole thing. Okay. Maybe not explain the whole thing for every discussion, but maybe like majority.
Yeah.
People come
come to boast about what you read 5 minutes before the discussion.
Okay.
Some people still benefited from discussion.
Yeah.
Like discussion. But
Yeah.
It was 600 level discussion that I did.
Yeah, that makes sense. Actually.
I'm a partner person. I prefer to have a easy partner than to have a discussion. So when I go to discussion, I feel scared. Like, are we in this medical?
Intimidated. Exactly. Intimidated is the word.
So discussion tutorials. I used to go earlier on, so later.
For me, tutorials, especially 200 level, my first 200 level, going for MSSN tutorials was like, it was like, I just finished lectures, I just finished copying notes, and then you go to tutorials made by your seniors who are, I'm grateful for them organizing the tutorials, but I was just copying another notes that I don't know when I'm going to read. Now, the second thing was the advice the seniors gave us. One of those advice killed me. It destroyed me, basically, especially my first progress. So let me tell you, like, everybody will tell you about negative marking and all those things. I wish nobody told me about negative marking. I would have just marked all the notes and failed. Like, at least I'll know that I've tried. But what I did was, I just was not picking the books. I was like, I'm not sure of this answer. I'm not going to answer it. I'm not sure of this answer. I'm not going to answer it. And then, of course, if you don't answer anything and you only answered half, how sure was I that the 50 that I answered was the true answer?
Exactly.
That negative marking like, I shouldn't have listened to them.
And there was one stupid thing that they said that I think they were raised in their statements or whenever you fail once, you continue to fail. Whenever you remember that thing, you can't remember.
That's evil stuff.
I don't understand. Like, I don't get what you're saying.
Can't you remember
that the seniors used to say something like that?
You don't remember that statement? Start bad, you end bad.
Well, I was probably getting very angry of that in my room.
What is it?
Maybe.
No, she said that her roommates used to say that already, so she forgot about it.
It was the seniors that started telling us that. Some things have a way of staying in your brain. I remember that very well, that they said that if you start bad, not easy for you to do. You start bad,
But how is this statement supposed to help anybody?
I
I don't know. But I
You
don't
know,
know.
you're supposed to put so much pressure into so that you don't feel the first time.
But that is not a way to support someone. That is just putting extra psychological stress on the
I
person.
don't understand why you guys have forgotten. The common statement in medicine.
No, I probably have erased it from my brain because of the trauma.
Yeah, like I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, like I was just making a comment about it.
Okay, yeah, should I be as forgotten it?
I think so. Maybe I erased it. It must have been so trauma. A lot of trauma. Coming to remember such weird stuff. What kind of Allah did that one? So I didn't like the tutorials because they were not the kind of tutorials I needed. And then discussion groups were nonsense. Like practically you were supposed to have discussions with your classmates. And when you get there, only a group of people will be talking. And you'll be wondering, now the same class today, like are we in the same class? Like how come they know all this stuff? Where am I? Am I under the roof or under the rock? How come they know all this stuff? And it was more of going there. I don't take anything back home apart from the fact that I feel less every time I go there. So it was of no use
about the exam you're about to write.
And then, but I think there was once when I repeated 200 level, there was this very small discussion group, and then it was inside the hostel. We didn't have it with like the guys or anything, just us girls. And we kind of come up every night after we have done reading, and then it had a structure where we answered past questions together. So everybody will have a question they will have to answer per day. So when we get to the discussion group, we answered the questions, and it actually made a lot of sense. Like of course, we even had a larger people that were not in the group before started joining in because it was making sense. But then, thanks to the fact that after when I passed my second term level and I moved on to the next class, a lot of people were withdrawn out of the program, and that made the discussion group fizzle out because it can't be the same when you know that a lot of the group members failed out and you are one of the lucky ones. Like it was just this weird feeling, and discussion group just fizzle out after 200 levels because a lot of people withdrew from the program. So but I enjoyed that particular discussion. That's the only discussion group I learned something from in the whole of Preclinicals. But after that, man, life moved on with that discussion group till final year though. So okay, I think we've been talking about the challenges we practically face in Preclinicals. Was there any other challenges any of you guys faced in Preclinicals?
No.
No.
Thanks. None? Okay. Alright, I'm going to ask another question. Preclinicals, what was your relationship status like?
What relationship status like you asked before you
Okay, relax. Okay, I know that some of us were in relationships during Preclinicals. I wasn't. I was more of read your book. Mommy said read your book. Daddy said read your book. So well, that was me. But I think at least Aisha, you can help us out, right?
I was only in the relationship except for 100 level.
Yeah, so how was the relationship like with Preclinicals?
So I'm a medical school, my relationship was on water.
What does that mean, oh?
Because I was with, we always say I don't have time for him, I don't care, because it was taking much of my time and it was a long distance relationship. But I didn't care. You are ready for me. Like you'll be facing it all along. If not, they say I should come and read. They just say I should come and start the
Yeah, right.
I'm just not being a serious person. From start to finish. Anyway, this is not related to podcast. Later, Sha. No, Wala, no, Lily, no, Lily. Okay. Anyway, okay. So what would be your advice for someone who is in their preclinicals on how to make it to clinicals?
Don't be consistent. It's not. Don't lose your head. I don't. What I mean is, don't be too scared. Yes, to try and to try to think. Like, just use your head.
Okay. Use your head. Don't try to use your head and try to do other stuff, but don't be too scared. That is okay. All right, Aisha, what do you think?
Like, you're brilliant, you're intelligent. Don't let other people think for you. I think many went on because we're allowing other people to tell us to find how we read. You have to attend prayer. You have to read all your books. But what if my book there I was not my style of reading? So don't get scared. What if judging is not my kind of thing? You get so trust yourself and believe in what you have read and read, and practice. Do whatever works for you. Don't try to imitate people. A lot of someone don't get it because they are trying to imitate other people in medicine because they advise us to do this, you want to do that. They advise you to do this, you want to do that. So just be yourself. It's not about
Yeah, that is really a very good point. For me, I would advise that for me, I think when someone needs help, it's good to actually voice out that you need help. So, for instance, if you started your first exam in med school was so horrible, a lot of people have horrible scores first exam. Ensure that before your next exam, either seek help, but ensure you are smart about seeking the right help, not just any help. Now, for me, for my second 200 level, when I repeated into 200 level, my second 200 level, I was like, I had to put in the extra work. So I was working harder, I was reading more, I was doing things. But the result I got at the end of my first exam in my second 200 it wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as the former one, but it wasn't what I wanted. I felt like I had done better. Like, why is this result just like lukewarm? It wasn't where I wanted it to. So I sought help. Actually, I went to the guidance and counseling department. I'm sure it was because I was like, I can't continue like this anymore. And I actually got contact with there were mentors available. Like, you can actually get a student mentor, and you can actually get a lecturer to actually mentor you. So I remember then all she had to do was I answered past questions. I was just answering past questions, and then she would check my answers. She would help me if there were things I wasn't getting. Like all this one, all the time the seniors would be like, outline. I wasn't sure what they meant by that outline stuff. So she actually helped me through all those things. So it was good. It's good to seek for help. It's not a bad thing to seek for help. There are people out there willing to help, and I'm not going to judge you or tell you bad, fake advice. So that's one thing. It will really help you out in Preclinicals. And then one other thing, I don't think it's a bad idea to start a relationship with Preclinicals. I think I made that mistake. Yeah.
So have you started a relationship?
I did not start, but I started to get someone to start. It's not you. I swear, it's not going to you. Anyway, Sha. Okay. I have one other thing I want you guys to talk about. So, what is your advice to someone struggling academically and psychologically in Preclinicals?
Tell somebody else.
What? Okay.
Tell someone else. Don't bottle it up.
Alright.
Somebody that will not be saying, hey, this person is having this problem. Don't bottle it. Tell someone.
That's good. Exactly. To help you a lot.
I think someone that if they can't help you, they will tell other people that will help you.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Like this person, this one, maybe MSS, maybe
the welfare coordinator, yeah.
They will not judge you.
Yeah.
And can hook you up with somebody that has or somebody you can relate to. Because I think if you are telling your classmates, they will not understand it because you are having the same experience, you are at the same level, they don't understand what is happening. So if you're having problems, tell someone that can help you, that you think can help you.
You're very, I like that. That's very right. At least somebody that can help you forge your way forward. Okay, how about you?
Just in addition to that, I also think that, well, if you have a cordial relationship with your parents, you probably should mention it to them. Not to scare them, just to, well, they're your people. I guess they always be there for you. 1, 2, also try to realize that it's not that serious. It's not that serious, actually.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, what's serious? Because maybe be withdrawn from school. But then, if you still want to do it again, you can still go back to school and do it again. Yeah, time wasted and all, but these days, there's no such thing as school. Okay, no, don't take it the wrong way. I don't mean, yes, some things are time bound, but at the same time, what matters is how you finish, what you do with when you finish, and all of that. So just relax.
Okay, for me, I'll say, it is not the end of the world. That's the first thing. It is not the end of the world. And, they are not the only ones facing this issue. That's one thing I want them to know, that they are not alone in this struggle. They are not alone in this struggle. So, but to forge, the thing is, how do they now get out of the situation they're in? First thing, of course, they need support. Support is very important. Now, it depends on where they want to get the support from. They have to get it from people that won't judge them and people that will actually help them in overcoming the problem. So, there are actually lecturers that are meant to be mentors in each level. Though sometimes people feel that they are not approachable, but you can actually approach them and let them know you really need them for what they are meant to mentor and for their mentorship and support. That is one, like the lecturers themselves. Then secondly, as Aisha rightly said, the people in the student unions, like Alumsa, for instance, like I'm sure there's a welfare person in those units, or if it's your fellowship, like MSSN for us, there's a welfare department, and I'm sure part of the things they do is to handle such issues. So the rate limiting step is to voice out. If those people don't know that you have an issue, they can't actually help. So you just have to voice out. So that's my advice. So final words. Okay, the final words.
So everything will be fine. All of that will pass.
Yes.
All of what you're facing will actually pass.
Yeah. Okay, Aisha.
Preclinicals is not the end of the world. We have not even seen the yet. Medical school is medical school is just a room. It's just a space in a room. So just keep fighting and
Yes, definitely. As my co-host mentioned, this is just the beginning. It is not the end of the world. No matter what, Preclinicals is just the beginning. And one other thing, if someone repeats or fails in preclinicals, there's so many things out there that you can do. Whether you repeat and you are given another chance to actually continue with the program, or you are withdrawn out of the program, just know that the world has a lot of potentials out there. Medicine is not all it is. This world is so vast. There's biomedical engineers out there, there's programming, there's nursing, there's physiotherapy, there's radiotherapy, there's so many potentials out there. Just don't force yourself. Don't think you not making it in med school is going to define you. No, it doesn't. There are a lot of people who, even after they've finished and they graduated as medical doctors, they leave medicine. They go to other fields. Some become engineers, some become lawyers, some become they just go into academics. They don't want to do anything related to medicine anymore. Like, the world is changing, and medicine is not the end of it. It's not the end. It's just a part of the whole thing. So don't let any of these stuff define you. Alright, thank you guys for being here and joining me on the program today. Okay, thank you very much. Aisha, it's a pleasure to have you guys here, and I'm so glad we finally made another episode of our podcast.